Is everywhere here? Do we wait someone else? Does Jan will be here?
I'm not sure.
Chenyu, do you know?
I ping him.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, he's joining. Okay, let's talk about Harbor Operator. Like I said to the others, I wasn't super active the last 2 weeks because we had an audit, like an ISO audit where I had to participate and get audited. So I had a lot of long days being audited. I want to catch up on what I need to do and also wanted to get some updates, mostly on this issue. Support Harbor Operator 2.6 in release 1.4. Has anyone done some testing? Also, Thomas, did you get some time to check if it's working for you?
I tested it 1 month ago, and everything was working from my side.
Okay.
Maybe it could be nice if someone else can test it to be sure that I didn't miss anything.
Jan or Chenyu, did you have the chance to test?
No, I haven't tested this thing.
Okay. So because I think you're both assigned to the issue as well.
Hi Chen, can we plan some either maybe next week? I know you are fully occupied by a lot of conference this week, so can you book sometime next week that we can maybe one afternoon, and then we can do some testing around this. I hopefully we can ship this release as soon as possible, so then we can yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, we have already set up the environment, right? So
yeah.
Yes. So then nice. We just should pay some time to do the testing, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but the
yeah.
But our environment is the latest Kubernetes version. So if we follow the documentation to install the Harbor Operator, we cannot install the Harbor Operator successfully due to the latest Kubernetes version cannot work with the previous, the release 1.4.
So you mean that you have to downgrade the Kubernetes version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just let's do it. I mean, that's like, let's just book some time to do this. Yeah.
Okay. So do we need? Do we need to support the latest Kubernetes version? Or
no, not yet.
For 1.4, I don't think so.
Yeah, we just need to document it
and
to make it clear.
If we do not have enough effort or time, we just pick up the one Kubernetes version to do a validation. Then when we done the work, we can announce that the Harbor 1.4 operator supports this version of Kubernetes. Then let the customer from the users from community to help us to validate the other versions. We guarantee just at least we guarantee one version that we have already did some testing, right? So hi Chen, maybe you can book some time, you and me, to do some testing next week. So yeah.
Okay, no problem. I will downgrade the Kubernetes and then we can test it in that.
Okay.
Okay. Can you document or at least write some notes on how you test it to allow us to do some tests on our side later or for future releases?
Oh, yes, we will. We will document what we did and the coverage and the testing automation. Yeah,
Great.
all the
Thank you.
things. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Go
Then ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, so for the 1.4 release topic, do we need to do something for the CRG installation because we removed it from the M chart? Is it a requirement before releasing the 1.4 to fix it definitely, or?
I think if we don't fix it, it's going to be a really, really breaking change for anyone using Helm.
Yeah.
So we need to come up with something. Everything I checked is not an easy fix. Like I'm still searching, but I couldn't find something we can do that doesn't break everything. The only thing I could find and that I keep finding is people just installing the CRD separately, like outside of Helm, either in the operator or somewhere else. But if we do it in the operator, this would be like a whole new piece of logic we need to add. I do want to this week or next week check if we can do it through a Helm dependency, but it's also not very clean because then you would have the Helm chart that would install a different Helm chart, which is a dependency, which only contains the CID.
And can't we just set it aside and in the documentation set to do a kubectl apply on it? I saw it for Cert Manager, for example. They told in the documentation that there are two ways to install the CRD, either through the M chart with the option install CRD or something like that, or with a kubectl apply. So maybe we can just do this like this for the 1.4. If in the release note we add a note or something to warn customers that they need to install it manually. It could do the trick for now. Yeah, they don't really recommend it, but they propose the two options. I will find the documentation. Yeah.
Okay. I will also look at it and I will make a post on the hub operator dev to get somewhere. Because yeah, we're really stuck here. Like the only solutions I could find so far is really bad.
Okay, that I didn't send the right links. I think, yeah, I sent the good one. Yeah, they recommend it for production installation, so so it can do the trick for us.
Yeah, we just need to somehow warn people that try to install fresh from Helm or try to upgrade the Helm release that it will not work. But we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Test controller runtime version. I think nothing broke because from your testing and from everything else, it just seems to work. Yep. So I don't think there's anything else to do here.
Yeah, I think if Jan and Chinyu test it and they test the operator and don't see any error, we can close it.
Okay, and the final issue, the integration test for day 2 operations. This is I will focus on this in the upcoming week and next week. because I finally have some time. And I will implement something so that we have testing there. It was simply because because of other work reasons, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Are there any other issues, any other pull requests or something that are open and should be reviewed? Or are we kind of all okay?
I don't think so, but we can check. There is one about exposing service node port.
Yeah, I think we reviewed this. I reviewed this one. Yeah.
There is an implementation issue, I think.
Yeah. Does anyone know this person?
No.
They have contributed to another Harbor repo before, I think. But what they implemented is basically not the issue. Like they implemented a node port in the operator when the issue is about exposing the node port in Harbor itself. So in the Harbor that's created by the operator. So that doesn't make any sense what they implemented. And they haven't responded after I left the comment. So if no one knows them, then I would close the pull request.
Actually, do you know him?
No.
Okay.
So that's occasional contributor, but he's not like super active anyway. So if he's not responding, we can close it.
Because like what's described in the issue is like completely different from what he did. And what he did also, it's correct, but it doesn't make sense, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we tried to contact him before? Because I think he opened some other issues and PRs, and I tried, and he never responded back. So let's give it a try let's give it like a week, and if he doesn't respond in a week, then we can close. To give him a chance, or her, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I wrote another comment, so then wait a week and we can see. Other pull requests that are open, there's some where stuff is open and it's kind of unclear. So I would like to go through them really quickly and maybe close some of them. There was this one. This is a pull request that implements something without an issue. I cannot tell if it makes sense what this person is doing. If someone wants to take a look, it definitely is failing all tests, but I'm not sure if it's failing tests because they were flappy or something else. If someone wants to take a look, please do. Otherwise, I can't tell if what they're doing makes any sense.
Yeah, during test we will see if deleting the Harbor cluster CR delete the PostgreSQL CR.
So from my testing a few months ago, it did.
Yeah, I think me too, but we can. Yeah.
That's why I'm confused what the person's trying to achieve.
Yeah. This one is a shape blocker for 1.4 or not?
No, we're just going through
pull
requests open.
I saw him try backported this PR to the 1.4.
But the 1.4 branch is not even maintained, right? Like it is missing lots of things. It's 23 commits behind.
Sure. So so if we will not accept this PR for 1.4, we can just close this one, and then let him know.
Yeah, but the 1.4 branch is what I'm saying. The 1.4 branch is anyway unmaintained right now because we need changes from main.
Yes.
For 1.4. And then there's some really old ones like this one. We asked for feedback here a few months ago. Should we just close these pull requests right now? What is your usual? Because all of these are VMware employees, I believe.
Let me confirm with him. I know him.
Yeah, but the pull request is very outdated. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, I got it. But if it is valuable for us, I can take this over.
Yeah, if you see down here, there's 4 draft pull requests, all of which are very old and outdated.
I'm in favor of closing them because I'm not sure, first of all, if the person who created them will be working on them at all, even if it's VMware employee or not. And second, if they're so much outdated, the effort of trying to make them like up to date with the current state, it would be super big. So I think we can close them, and if the node can say, if you still want to work on it, just update to the latest branch and just work on it.
Yeah, I agree.
I will go through I know this one is very outdated. I will go through the other ones separately and close them if they're the same. But I think, like, for example, this day 2 config, I don't even, it's like a massive change. Oh, not massive, but it's like a significant change, but it's like only the CRD for some reason and some logic, but it's not clear how it fits together with what's in main currently. I will ping again if there will be more work here.
I know him. Maybe I can contact him to if he want to continue to update this PR.
I can help to review this change because I'm quite familiar with the Robocon. So hi Jay, please just contact with him so then we can continue to work on this.
Can we agree on that? Can we agree on some time frame in which we can resolve that thing?
Yep.
I mean, if we say that we're gonna check it and that takes another 3 months or 4 months, I'm not sure if it's productive or not. So if we can agree to make that like in a week or 2 until the next community meeting, that would be super helpful. I think I don't want to like to keep super big backlog of such old issues.
Yep, no, I agree. So we can just set the timeline to be the next time meeting before it. If we can contact him and get response from him, and then we can, if he willing to continue to work this PR, just let this PR open. But if not, we can close it in the next meeting. Is that okay for you, Ollie?
Yeah. I'm just I'm not saying how we must do it. I'm just proposing a good way to have a good hygiene on the repository. That's it.
I wrote a response exactly that. We wait for 2 weeks. Will you continue working on this? Does it make sense to keep this PR open? Okay. I think that's the main ones. Is there anything else to discuss? Otherwise, I would say we have a plan for the next upcoming weeks.
I want discuss some the timeline of 104. So would you mind that we can set a GA date for 104 release, and we can align the time frame with the OSI's 2.9 release. That is by the end of August. So then we at that time at least we can. I mean that at least in the next time KubeCon China, we can announce something that we have a new manner release of Hub Operator.
I would even aim for end of July for the 1.4 release of Hub Operator. So to get it done now, because I think most of the things are done. It's only testing, and sorting out documentation if we agree on the CRD issue.
But the size problem, it should be a blocker for 1.4. I mean the two big size of Helm charts.
If we do what Thomas suggested, of like we just don't install it in the Helm chart, then it's not a blocker. Like if you have a solution on like how we can technically do it in Helm, then I'm open to not have it as a blocker. But right now, the only way I could find was to implement basically in a controller installing the CRD, which would, this is not easy. Like you would have to install the CRDs from Harbor Operator like itself. So it needs a lot more permissions to manage CRDs. It needs probably a new setup routine to install the CRDs before the individual controllers are running. All of this is not straightforward.
And I don't know if it does it allow to run several Harbor Operator in different versions?
No,
because that's what we are doing. So
okay, if that's what you're doing now, this would then not be good.
Okay, so if we can avoid it, I would prefer.
And the only other thing I will still try in the next 2 weeks is like this Helm dependency thing, but I'm not convinced it works. I know some people in my company have done it or used it, but it's not nice because you need to be really careful that Helm. So the issue is the CRD is so big that Helm creates a secret to keep the Helm status in Helm 3. And that secret is larger than 1 megabyte. And if you have Helm dependencies, you need to be careful that Helm does not install them in a way that it puts all the context in the same secret still. And this is not super easy to do. Does it make sense?
And that's limitation on the etcd side, right?
Yes. So you basically need to somehow find a way to have Helm put the CRD not in the secret. And the one thing we can do is like put it in the CRDs folder, but that is also not good or not nice.
Do we have like, do we know, for example, how Crossplane solve that? Because they have like huge number of CRDs as well. So
yeah, but they do the same thing. The controller installs the CRD. It's not Helm that manages the CRD. It's the controller when it is started that installs the CRD. So it's basically logic in the controller that manages the CRDs.
And we cannot leverage the same approach.
Not if we want to run multiple Harbor operators at the same time. It wouldn't be easy.
And that's another subject, but it's related. We have an issue that asks why one operator version can only handle one Harbor minor version. And that's why we need to run several operators to handle several versions in parallel. So our issue is linked to that. If we fix that, we could install CRD through the controller, but I think Chinyu answered to that on Slack. But I don't know if we can modify this behavior in a future release or not.
Yeah, we can. I think we can talk about that separately after 1.4.
Yeah.
I think for 1.4, we just need to find some way that we either document the CRD issue and go with you have to use kubectl apply, or we find some creative solution.
Yeah, and I have maybe a stupid question about that, but if we keep the solution with the kubectl apply, what will happen when we will upgrade the M chart? Do the CRD will be deleted, or should it stay on the cluster?
I will check this. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know on top of my head. Maybe I can find out really quickly.
I think
they will be deleted.
Oh.
Yeah, because they were in the templates subfolder. So let me show the pull request well. So in this pull request, I removed the CRDs from the template subfolder. And the problem with that is that this is tracked in the secret that Helm manages. And when it's deleted like this, it will also be deleted from the cluster on upgrade. I will come up with a few proposals. We could move this also in the CRD subfolder. So if you know Helm has like a CRD subfolder. But the problem with this is that it's unmanaged by Helm. So when you use the subfolder, it's only a one-time apply from Helm on the CRDs. And when you upgrade, when you upgrade this CRD subfolder, or when you upgrade your Helm release, the CRDs are not upgraded.
Okay.
And that's a really big problem with that. And the other solution I want to try is like having a separate chart like this. So what's in the documentation here, that the CRD is basically in a completely separate chart, and then installed through a dependency, through a Helm dependency. Yeah. And I want to try if we can find a way to have this dependency in a separate chart. So the separate chart only has the CRDs, but it's somehow a dependency of the initial Helm chart, if that works, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can try to investigate the separate charts. Yeah, that should be a good option for us.
Yeah. Okay. I will do this in the next 2 weeks, and I will also write in Harbor Operator Dev if I make any progress. I'll probably propose a pull request in a few days.
So if you have any issues that need to be discussed with us, so then just feel free to raise any.
Yeah.
Anything. Hi, Ollie. I have a question regarding to the testing resources. Would you mind that you can ask CNCF whether we can leverage their resource to have some testing machines for the hub operator? Currently, we are using the VMware resources to do it, but I suppose that we can use the CNCF.
Yeah, we must use CNCF cluster for this thing.
Yes.
The thing is, do we need the physical machines like we do for the ARM testing, or
no, just
we can do that
VMs.
in VMs? All right. So okay, I'm gonna can you you scope it? Like, can you size what exactly we would like to have in terms of like specs? So I can open that request.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
like how many CPUs, how many VMs, and so on and so forth. So
Yeah, sure.
I can open the proper request and get the quota. I think we can request one of AWS accounts and we can run all that inside, but still we need some baseline of where we can start with the request for resources, and we can set it up.
Yeah, sure. I will do it offline. And
Sure thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Then I would say we're done for today, unless there's anything else to discuss.
I have one thing. I'm sorry, Thomas, if I interrupted you. Do you want me to add any specific update around the operator on the project update for KubeCon, KubeCon Chicago?
I don't think right now is a good time.
Okay.
I think we have to do the 1.4 release and then we can talk.
Yeah. But that thing 1.4 release is good enough. Do you have a timeline? Maybe I missed this one.
Yeah, we said end of July or end of August.
Nice.
But I'm
Okay,
hoping for end of July.
All right. So because I'm slowly building up the key points of the update, because it should be around 45 to 60 seconds. So not enough. It's not long enough, right? It's super short one. So I'm building the whole idea. It needs to be like a bullet point or two. So I'm gonna, let's figure it out until the end of the month, and I'm gonna shoot that short video like end of the month. So I'll ping you for more details about that. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, then have a nice day. See you in 2 weeks latest, I would say.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Nice day.
Goodbye.
Good night day.